Sabu. Let me start by saying thanks to Sabu for giving me one more opportunity. Of course, he remembers the number as 37, but I know it's another 13 more for uh, counting to 50. Right. So I make it a habit to come here every month to speak to Sabu's team. But today's topic is unique. It is about technology giving relief to persons who are blind and restoration of their eyesight is beyond the capability of present day medical treatment. Medical treatment cannot restore their eyesight. So, digital and AI technology are stepping into this. God's natural gift of eyesight is very vital for human beings, for them to keep in touch with their friends, relatives, and society through intellectual, social, and even emotional connect. We realize its value only when we don't have, and eyesight is such a crucial capability a human being has. And today's talk will focus on how digital technology has been able to bring some solution to this, partially restore the capability in the last 2-3 years. I have a PowerPoint presentation on that, and I will share the same with you. Okay, so it's about digital assistance and also some artificial intelligence associated with it for the blind. And I've also said for the visually impaired. There are many cases where people are not 100% blind, but they are severely visually impaired that they are not able to see clearly. But to understand the differences between total blindness and visual impairment, I will just go through some of the basic facts about the eye and some of its capabilities, etc., to start with. So as I told you, eye is a very vital sensor for your connect to friends, relatives, and society. It enables you to learn and provide inputs to brain. You read, you watch, you see other people, how they are doing it. And all these are observations from the eyesight, and it goes to brain. And that makes you more knowledgeable, more wise, etc. Eyes are also an indicator of your health. How good is your health? And that can be made out by doctors by just having a close look at your eye. And of course, they reveal emotions very easily. What is in your mind, it gets expressed by eyes, even if you don't speak. For women, eyes permit an attractive presentation of their femininity. Not so much for men, but for women. So loss of eyesight or poor eyesight devastates the personality of the impaired, of the person. So we're going to look at how digital technology and artificial intelligence step into this area. So this is just about an eye construction. Most of us have learned this in school. You may not remember it fully, but I'll just run through it. It is spherical in shape. It weighs about 15 grams, only one eye. So both eyes put together, it's about 30 grams. It's like a camera. It sees something and the information goes to brain and it is registered there in the brain, what you have seen. The lens, which is this white object here, focuses the light onto the retina, which is at the back of the eye. And when you look at a distant object, the lens is made thinner by the eye muscles. And when you're looking at something very close, the lens is made thicker. This helps the light to focus onto the retina. A retina becomes at the focal point of the lens. Retina is photosensitive, of course. It converts light to electrical signals and sends it to brain, to the cortex region of the brain, through a very important nerve called optic nerve in the human body. And that conveys all the information in the form of electrical signals to the brain, what you see. When you have both eyes functioning normally, then you're able to gauge the depth and distance of the object. If one eye is weak, then your estimation is not all that accurate. Of course, eyes come in different colors, basically because of melanin content. It is normally brown for most of the people, but those people have low melanin content. It can be blue, green, gray, etc. Now, eye has got 120 degrees of width. Both eyes put together, you have a common view of 120 degrees. This is called binocular view, and that helps you to estimate the distance and the size of the object which you are viewing. Of course, this 120 degrees in the horizontal plane. Vertical plane is about 130 degrees. And these are the normal fields of vision for a human being. Now, I told you earlier, eyes reflect the individual's overall health. And your eyesight can be poor, which is called visual impairment. And I'll be referring this as VI in the presentation because it gets repeated many times. So VI results due to many reasons. It can be age-related. As you grow old, eyesight will become poor. That's natural. It can be due to diabetes or hypertension. That's called a collateral effect of these illnesses. It can be an injury to your eye, maybe, for example, road accident or some other accident. It can be birth disorders. Some children are born with no eye, some with small eye, some with glaucoma. So you have different severity of impairment. And as we go along, we will be touching upon this in the next slide so that you will be able to understand how does the digital technology overcome this. Extreme impairment is blindness, while the simplest of impairment is long sight or short sight, which you would have come across many people. Some children wear specs because they are not able to see very clearly what is it close sight, that short sightedness, and some people are not able to see very clearly what is it long length, this is called long sight. And if you have an impairment in children, then this has been linked to delayed motor action of their arms, hands, fingers, their emotional development. And if it is in adults, it affects quality of life and quality of work, a visual impairment. This is proven beyond doubt. And in case of senior citizens, many of us who are in this audience are senior citizens, it can lead to social isolation if your impairment is severe. And it may hamper your ability to walk safely if your eyesight is poor. And if you have an unfortunate fall, then a lot of other illnesses come because you're fractured and you're bedridden and so many other things. Eyesight is very, very crucial. Or ability to navigate, ability to read, ability to see is very, very crucial. Let's look at Indian population, how they are affected. In India, about 7 crores of people are affected by impairment, which can be mild, which can be moderate or severe. It's about 5% of our population. Now, mild is about 4 crores and moderate is about 2.5 crores. But these are, when you got you require glasses, you require thick glasses to see. You got some other illness, you got dry eyes. So many type of impairment can be caused, which can be of the mild or medium category or moderate category. But severe impairment is about 50 lakhs of people in India, approximately 50 lakhs of people, which is 0.35% of our population, who are having severe impairment and they are almost blind. This also includes some blind children. It's about 2.5 lakhs, as per a survey done by Ministry of Health some time back. And blind persons are normally higher in females, in rural areas, and where the literacy level is low. This is what the pattern which has been found in the survey. And because they are blind, their contribution to organization or contribution to society or their inability to perform any meaningful role in the society is limited. So there's a loss of productivity for the country because of nearly 50 lakhs of people are blind. And another 2.5 crores moderately impaired. And they also have limited deployment capability. So the loss is estimated to be around nearly 84,000 crores of rupees on an annual basis. One, due to low productivity, and second, because they require higher care. Now, before I go further, I want to define what is blind. I told you some time back, you may be having severe impairment of VI, or you may be totally blind. How is it defined? The government document in the Ministry of Health defines if you have vision 3/60, and I'll explain that. An impaired person can see an object only at 3 meters distance, but a normal person can see the same object at 60 meters of distance. So this 3/60 is a comparison between an impaired person and a normal person who has got normal eyesight. And 3/60 is the cutoff point to say if it is anything less than 3/60, you are blind. You are treated as blind, even though you may be seeing some light during daytime through your eyes. But as for all practical purposes, for medical consideration, you are considered as a totally blind person. If it is less than 3/60, that means 1/60, 2/60, 0/60, whatever it is. In the world, there are 43 billion people who are blind, 0.54%. Compared to that, India's percentage is much less. And medical treatment of such cases is almost nil possibility to restore any eyesight for such cases of anything worse than 3/60. But they're going to step in there with digital technology and artificial intelligence. So what are the treatment options for impairment before I go there? If it's a mild one, it's eye testing, medicine, spectacles, etc. These are normal things for outpatient treatment. If it's moderate, then there'll be a cataract surgery, laser surgery, some implants, etc. This is moderate. But when it comes to severe, there is nothing possible other than replacing the eye with another eye. But please remember, eye is a camera which has to be connected to the brain through optic nerve. So providing an eye in the form of an organ to be replaced is possible only if the eye is a bionic eye. That means it looks biological, but functions electronically. This has been actually developed in a few countries. Of course, the leader is Australia, where they finally could established a model in 2021. This is bionic eye. This, when it is put in your eye socket, because you're replacing your blind eye, it looks biologically same. And it's connected to the brain through optic nerve, through a set of electronics. And what happens in electronics, I'm showing here, these are the electronics which is behind this lens. You have a camera, and that camera's uh, digital output is converted to analog signals because brain received this in analog format. Those of you engineers here will understand better. So the electronics is a part of this hardware which is behind this bionic eye, but it is very, very expensive, very close to 1 crore of rupees uh, for an Indian to invest in this. So I would consider this is not an option for many people. There could be some people who can afford to have a bionic eye. There are some countries which are able to do this surgery. So far, it has not been done in India, even though there have been some efforts being made to develop a bionic eye in India by some of the leading eye hospitals. So we leave aside this bionic eye, but for information, it is possible to replace the eye with a bionic eye. Now, what are the severe cases of impairment? I told you 3 by 60 and less than that is severe impairment. First is central vision. Can you see this black patch? This person cannot see the center part of his eye. Everything looks black. He cannot see, but the peripheral he can see. He has got peripheral vision. And just to give a little detail, you remember the field of view of an eye in horizontal plane and vertical plane? So you find the central area is completely black for this person. He's not able to see anything, but the peripheral is able to see some details he's able to see. And the reverse is also possible, that he can't see in peripheral, but he can see only in the center. Such cases are treated as severely impaired. This is a hazy picture. He just can't see anything clearly. It's absolutely hazy. So you can't make out what's the object in front of him, who's come to see him. Only when the person speaks, he may be able to recognize the voice. Otherwise, he cannot recognize the face because he's never seen the face in his life because eyesight is poor. His brain does not recognize that face because it's not registered in his brain, because the eyesight has not enabled him to give a good camera picture. He can't see it. He doesn't recognize, even if the person stands in front. Let's see where the digital technology comes into this. And the last part is totally blind. Everything is black. That's the people who have been born with no eye or very small eye, etc. So these are the severe impairment cases. And they all do require support to recognize the environment, recognize the person standing in front of them, and but he's not yet spoken. It could be a stranger who's speaking for the first time, but he doesn't know who is the person. And also to navigate through all this very safely, especially when you're alone. So these are familiar scenes to you. You have seen many times. Mostly they have two people together walking with a cane. It's called a white cane, which helps them to get a feel of what is the surrounding like. There are people who take support of somebody else and hold them and walk. This is for just navigation. Go from one place to another. Get into a bus. Cross the road, etc. And what you see in the leftmost is a piece of paper where the Braille code is punched. All of us have learned in our younger days that blind people are taught to read a language through Braille. That means the alphabets, each alphabet has got a code. Can you see the code there? Some are black, Other one is absence of any punch. It's all white circle. And that is ABCD for you. It can be in another language as well. It can be in Malayalam. It can be in Kannada, any other language. I'm coming to that point. So this braille, if they feel with their fingers on each alphabet, each letter, they have to feel. So you can imagine how much effort is required for a person to read. With a lot of experience, you may be able to read fast, but you use your four fingers to read all the braille impressions, embossment, as it's called, on the paper. It's a special type of paper. It's a thick paper on which it is printed. Of course, you keep on using the document whether it is printed. After some time, the paper will get worn out and you have to change it. But it's a different type of paper and a different type of machine is required to print it. Let's go further. So how can digital technology assist? 3 steps. Digital technology. First, you can make braille interface digital hardware and software. I'll come to that as first one. Second, you can give the ability to the man to read a paper, to read a book, read a periodical if he wants. Now, when he wants to read, somebody else reads to him. Now, on his own, he is able to hear what the book has got. I'll tell you how it is done. And lastly, walk, navigate safely in an unfamiliar place. So this is the 3 areas where digital technology and AI can help. So let's go to Braille document, digital friendly Braille. Now, this is a Braille machine which is able to, on which it is possible to print, or you can print alphabet by alphabet and get the code. Braille is not a language. And many of us have been under the impression Braille is a language. No. Braille is a code of a language. It has got 6 dots and a combination shows the various alphabets in that language. It started in French language and it is there in more than 100 languages today, including 13 from India, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, and so on. But as I told you earlier, requires special type of paper. And the person is trained to read the embossment on paper and then understand what is written there. So he has to read very slowly, feel the embossment, and then read very slowly and understand what is in that document, which is coded in Braille. So regular document, regular newspaper, he cannot feel and get anything. That newspaper has to be printed in Braille. And for your information, there are special newspapers printed once a week for blind people in India, where they get special paper with all these embossments so that they are able to read by feeling those embossments. I did not know about this, that once a week a paper is printed in India with Braille impression. But I think that will go away now when digital comes. What digital does is, this machine is replaced with this hardware. And this hardware is connected to a mobile or a laptop or a computer. And whenever there is a text coming, let's say in English language, or a SMS or a WhatsApp, which comes, I'm talking only text. I'm not talking of images, no photo at this point of time. So that when the text comes, that text is converted to Braille, and this has got about 20 alphabets on this panel. And he gets an indication on his earphone, messages come, SMSs come. And then he feels the Braille on it, the first 20, and he finishes the 20, he presses one of these buttons saying next 20, and the next 20 come. And again, he's able to feel it. So he is able to use this digital interface by which he can read in Braille itself. Only thing is, he comes to know that a message has come. It can be either by a earphone or a bell will ring on this, which will alert him and saying, yes, please accept the message. To accept the message, he has to press one of the buttons. and get ready to fill up the brain. The reverse is also possible. I want to send a message to Dr. Sabu. So I press the button for sending a message and then type on that what I want in Braille. And I'm able to say that, and that is coded into what is going into the computer, and then it goes away. So it is possible to receive messages through the software, be it the mail or be it on the laptop, and then send across they replied to the person by you are able to convert your text into Braille and then send it, right? Now, here there's a little bit of complication. When the person has to get the Braille codes on this, he doesn't have a punching machine to get enforcement. He has to speak, and that his speech is converted by the computer, and that embossment comes on this. And then he reads it once more, and then he says, okay, send it. So it is not punching of the codes. He speaks, that is put into the Braille format there. He reads it with his fingers, and then he says, okay, send this message, sent. And it goes in text format to the addressee. The first one, this is the digital, how it is done. This has come about 6-7 years back, and it's quite popular these days because mobile came, and after that, this interface was worked out. Now, let's look at a smart glass as a wearable. You just wear the glass, which is for blind or for VI person. I want to say first, no glass, no smart glass can make a blind person see. Just remember this. I may explain to you some smart glass, etc., but he can't see anything. Just not possible to see what is in front of him. It's not possible. Simple as that. But the smart glass can tell the blind person where he is, what the surroundings are, who is coming to meet him, help him to read a paper, etc., he can do. This smart glass may be a slightly misleading because the same term is used for people having normal vision also, smart glass. It's available in the market. I want to show what is for a glass for a normal person first. That means who doesn't have any impairment. Let me show you that. So a smart glass as a wearable for a normal person, a glass like this, it has got a camera here. He presses a button, and whatever he sees can be recorded through the camera. You see one modem is here, and from that modem it can go to his laptop, mobile, this, that, etc. If the mobile wants to send some video, then it can come on this small screen which is in front of his right eye. This is smart glass which was launched by Google about 12 years back. It had one camera. It had that small display as well. It's about 1 lakh of rupees when it is converted to Indian rupees. But it was withdrawn in 2023, just for information. After 10 years, Google withdrew this glass. Why? Because by then, augmented reality had come. And augmented reality, you could augment it through another additional camera or getting a feedback through your mobile. When this augmented reality phone came, it looked like this. It's called augmented. It also is also called AI glass because augmented reality comes with some artificial intelligence concluded data or even image. The person who's seeing, who's standing in front of you is Dr. Sabu. His background is this. His date of birth is this. His address is this. His phone number is. All these things will get flashed on the screen, which that person will be able to see, because that is picked up by artificial intelligence from the internet, knowing it is Sabu who's standing in front, because his photo has been compared to Sabu. This camera I'm sorry, this power glass, smart glass got two cameras, got augmented reality, AI inputs are given, and this costs nearly 2.5, 3 lakhs of rupees. Based on these products, based on this, the type of glasses for blind got developed. So it's only after about 22, 23, you could get glasses to come for blind people. Now, leave out the normal persons. You will see many people wearing this smart glass, which has got a camera, and they record whatever they are seeing. Journalists use it. Security people do it. A lot of other people who are very busy and who don't have time to uh, see the full program, they get somebody else to record it for them, etc. Let's go to what's happening for blind and VI. The blind or the VI glass is something like this. It has got a camera, same like normal person. It has got a flashlight in case you want to put a more intensity of light on the object. It has got a laser system which is for distance measurement, which can be switched on. And it can tell you 5 things because this modem is connected to a mobile phone or a laptop, this black box. The blind person is wearing this. He's seeing nothing. But when he wants to know what are the things around me, he presses that button 1, and then the camera takes a picture, sends it to the modem, to the internet. There a search is done, maybe a Google search is done, and say, oh, you are standing in a bus stop, waiting for the bus, and there are many people standing here. Or you're standing in a garden, and there are some nice, lovely flowers in front of you. Okay, that can be done. Second, he says, I want reading mode. So he selects the reading mode, and I will cover this a little more in detail in the next slide. I want it to be in the walking mode. I will cover that also in the subsequent slide. Now comes face identification. So these 3 I will cover in 3 different slides, a little more in detail. Or you want help. Last button, 5. You press the help button, automatically your mobile will ring up your family, your friend, or some other number you are given, and you'll be able to speak to them saying, I'm having a difficulty, I'm sitting here, I'm not able to come back home, I'm not able to find the way, or something is wrong with my camera is not working, so I'm not able to find me, whatever you want to say. So these 5 things which this smart glass can do, and they're all braille coded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is braille coded. So he feels, okay, 1, I'm pressing 5, whatever is required. So this is the smart glass for VI, and I will tell you how it has been made in India, who has made it in India, and how much it costs as we go along. But let's go to, it's already there. Cost of glass around 10,000, much less than what is available abroad. Now, I'm going to situation how the blind person reads the newspaper. Newspaper is asked to hold the newspaper in his hand, or it is lying on the table. The man is here, and through his camera, he is able to see the camera scans the news, and that scanned image is going to a computer, which maybe is mobile, where it is converted into a text using OCR, the optical character recognition software, and it is converted text. The text is converted to the language in which this man wants. This may be an English paper, but he wants to hear it in Malayalam or Hindi. It converts to Hindi, and the Hindi text is converted to Hindi audio, and the audio is sent to his headphones. So he's holding a paper, or he's got a paper in front of him, or somebody told him, here is a paper, today's paper. He is able to get what is printed on the paper on his headphones. And so he can do it on a daily basis. He doesn't have to wait for the weekly braille newspaper to come. So this one, this can be a living newspaper. It can be a book. It can be on a notice board. It can be a stop sign. Whatever he wants to read, he is able to do it. He's empowered. He's that much more active. His brain is also more active because he is he's reading, he's listening and understanding what it is. Second, blind knows a person by facial recognition. So he takes a photo of this man who's standing in front of him, sends it to the mobile, and mobile recognizes the person by many methods. One, it checks his photo gallery. It may be a friend, it may be an uncle, it may be a relative. So it tells him who it is. If it is not there, then it checks the internet, who's this person, and it gives an answer. And that data is given to the user, to the headphones again, and he said, okay, Dr. Sabo's come to meet you. He's coming towards you. He'll be there with you in short time. So all this is told to the person, and he may have his correct facial expression. He will say good morning to Dr. Sabu. All these things may happen. But without the smart glass, he couldn't do it. Somebody had to tell him that so is coming. Otherwise, he was helpless. Now on his own, he's able to make out, he's able to understand who is coming to meet him. And if it's a stranger, he remains that much guarded. It's not a person whom he knows. His photo library has not recognized that person. Or the internet has told him you're not knowing this person because it's not in your photo gallery. But he is so-and-so from so-and-so place. So you're that much more guarded, you're prepared to interact with him. Now I come to how does he know the surroundings? Very simple. He takes a photo, all right, there's a garden, and the GPS position is known to the mobile. So this photo with the GPS position is searched by the mobile and recognize that he is in this garden, and the details are generated using AI software, and it is sent back to him. He's saying you are standing in so-and-so garden. It is a nice place, this, that, etc. What you see on the left, what you see on the right, all these things it is able to do. So, digital camera fitted on the lens, along with an interconnection to mobile, along with an AI software package, is able to tell him, enable him how he can read a paper, how he can recognize a person who is coming to meet him or standing there on the bus stop. And he says he's already come to the bus stop. It may be his regular friend who's taking a lift. And it is also telling him his surroundings. Now I come to the last application, how he can walk safe and navigate. So these days, this is called a white cane, which the blind people carry. He's wearing his headphones, and the white cane has got a barcode reader. It reads barcodes when it sees some barcodes. Normally, this is used for walking inside the house or walking inside known places, regular places. They have put barcode on the table, on the cupboard, on the main door, or some other furniture. And when he walks with his stick, the barcode is read, and that information comes to the earphone saying, table to your right, main door in the front. He is able to get those information without getting to know only from the cane till he goes nearby. So this is a barcode reader. There's a camera fitted in that, which goes through the same channel. Camera is recognized and the image is recognized, and it is put on the headphones, which is wearing that so-and-so is coming, you're coming to the front door is not open. All those things the camera is able to, the mobile is able to tell you through artificial intelligence. He has got an ultrasound transmitter, which he switches on whenever he wants. And that will get an echo back. And if there's a very big object which is there in front of him, it may be some big stone, it may be a park bench, or it may be something else in an open area, then he gets a vibrator on his wrist saying there's an alert, be careful, stop here. And then he asks what is his object on his through the glasses which he's wearing. He presses on it, tell me more about my surroundings. It will tell you actually going too close to that park bench. You can sit there Already two people are sitting there, but you will have to wait till they give you some place. Whatever it is required to be told through artificial intelligence will be able to tell the man. That man knows he's that much more empowered on knowing what is the surrounding and how he has to react, how he has to um, interact with somebody else who is in that. So I told you about headphones, mobile phone, vibrator. He's got a laser finder also, just like what is there in the uh, glasses, which he'll be wearing in addition. He will be having the laser to tell you the distance from where he is till, let us say, the bus or till the bus stop, whatever it is. This is something which has been not yet fully developed in India. There are some work which is going on to develop a white cane with all these instruments. But some instruments have already got fitted in India, which gives the details to the blind person. And who has invented a smart glass uh, for blind people in India? I'm going to show you that. This is a person. His name is Muttangi. I will tell more about him as we go along. He runs a company called SHG. I thought it is self-help group. Really, the motto is make the blind people help themselves, self-help. I think that is what he had in his mind when he named his company as self-help SFG. And he is the innovator. His full name is Commander Mutangi, retired from the Navy. I know him personally. And he started his team along with Narayana Netralia. Uh, Doctors there give him all the help regarding the smart glass, their visual impairment details, etc. And he developed the smart glass in 2020, for which he has got a patent now to manufacture in India. It is the first smart glass made in the world, and he has won many awards for this outstanding contribution to the people who are unfortunately not able to see, to the medical field, you can say to a certain extent, but to the society in a big way, he has been able to contribute. His glass cost is only 15% of what the comparable glass abroad, he's been able to do it. And the new version, which is yet to come out in market, is fitted with two glasses with augmented reality and some artificial intelligence for the blind people. His smart vision glass is Android compatible as well as iPhone compatible. Of course, he served the Navy for 20 years before he moved into the industry and started on this noble project. And of course, a good friend of mine had the opportunity to work with him. He's an outstanding electronic engineer who has done this work. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, I come to the conclusions. Uh, India has got 50 lakhs of people who are blind or severely visually impaired. Remember, 3 by 60. Anything worse than 3 by 60, you're blind. And that's what the benchmark for deciding whether you are helpless or some medical treatment may be possible if you are above 3 by 60. Bionic eye cannot be an option for us in India, so it's hugely expensive. Digital technology can give some relief and make them more inclusive society. Otherwise, they feel a little isolated. So we are able to bring them closer to society, closer to the family, and they are able to keep themselves intellectually active, and they are able to develop their own ability to read, understand, and talk about it, etc. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I don't know why my slide went in a different way. The smart glass with camera is able to tell you the surroundings and get the audio report. I told you developed first by SF Technologies self-help group. There's a small spelling mistake there. It should be S self-help group, not SFH. And digital technologies have enabled blind and VA persons, and they have made them more inclusive to the society with a digitally empowered white cane and with a smart glass. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Jai Hind. I'll stop